Yeah, well, here we are, Thanksgiving week, getting ready to go into week 12. It sure flies by. Again, coming off an exciting kind of nerve-wracking, win Saturday, so happy for our guys there. But we need to buckle down. We talked last night, quite a bit. Coach is going to have Middle Tennessee ready to go. They're coming off a win too. That was much needed win for them. So I'm sure they're going to be fired up. They've it looks like they made a little change in the quarterback spot. Not sure if it's due to injury or not, but they're moving the ball on offense and doing some good things. So we have to be geared up, and we just got to do what we do every week. I mean, we got to come in. We got to do a great job of chewing through the film and having great solid practices and great leadership. I mean, a week like this, when you get late in the season, it really comes from guys like Cole, that have been around, seniors that this is going to be their last game here playing for the Aggies. They got to do a really good job of just leading the way, and then we just got to follow those guys. And if we do that, I think we have a great opportunity to go get another win and finish the season off on a good note. So, I mean, it's important. Again, our guys, they've been grinders and warriors. I mean, I don't think anybody can ever question their fortitude. I mean, these guys are tough guys, and they're battle tested. So they're excited to get back out there. Should be a beautiful day, 1 o'clock kickoff. And hopefully we get a full house out there rattling the cowbells for our seniors.
How's Logan doing?
He's questionable right now. He's doing a lot better. He came in yesterday, looked a lot better in the building. Obviously today's our day off, and we'll get back after it tomorrow. So we'll kind of judge and see how he does.
If he's healthy, will he start on Saturday?
We'll see. It depends how healthy he is. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one of those deals where we got to have some, we talked to him yesterday a little bit, and again, he looked better. Still a little bit sluggish, a little bit beat up from that hit he took. So we just want to make sure that he's comfortable in there, and then he's 100%.
Coach and Cole, I guess, just Middle Tennessee, they're averaging under 100 yards rushing, about 250 passing. Just how do you kind of keep them one-dimensional, especially, with the quarterback change, and just continue to force them towards one way?
I mean, every game we just want to stop the run first and make them get into their passing game. I think it just takes us up front, just dominating the O-line and making them, want to pass the ball, and then we go after the quarterback from there.
I think it's real important for us to have a really good week of practice when it comes to run stopping. We were really sluggish at the beginning of this last game. It's pretty uncharacteristic to give up, that 21 points as fast as we did. Offense, obviously, with the turnovers, didn't help in that situation. But some of those runs were just, untouched guys, creasing the defense, and we can't allow that to happen. We let UTEP run the ball better than they probably hadn't in a while, as far as early in that game. So, the last thing we want to do is give, Middle Tennessee, an edge in the run game. We need to continue to be able to run the ball. We've got to do a much better job of just playing, more violent, playing with our hands better, being more ragey early in the game. It took us too long to settle down, so we don't want a repeat of that. And I think if we can go ahead and, and eliminate or hold them to their average, I think that gives you, again, with the young quarterback going into his third start, I think that gives you the best opportunity to get in a situation where hopefully you can create some turnovers.
For Coach and Dijon, seemed like you guys really got that run game going with multiple explosive runs that kind of hadn't been there earlier in the season. What do you think was the biggest reason for that success on Saturday?
Just a good week of practice. Came out to practice this week with an emphasis on running the ball, and we just ran the ball really nice. Everybody came out with good energy too, good juice when we were at the game, and just that's all it was, I would say. Everybody came out ready to play, and we played.
Dijon, that big touchdown you broke off against you to show your explosiveness. What did you see on that play, personally, you, and how does that moment boost your confidence heading against Middle Tennessee's defense?
On that play, I seen Malik, the left tackle. He washed the D end down real nice, real good, better than I've ever seen him ever do. That's what I'm saying. We just came out and played with real good energy. I wouldn't have been able to do that by myself without Malik's block. And after that block, it was just green grass. And when I see green grass, I'm running. So that's all it is.
And then going back to the question you had, with the run game, I thought it was really important and imperative for us to be able to run the ball well with Adam getting that first start. The last thing you wanted to do was have a game where he had to drop back and throw it 55 times and you're running the ball for 80, 90 yards. That's a lot to ask in his first Division I college start. So there was a big emphasis on it. And the offensive line, week in and week out, they're getting better and better and better. You see a lot of young guys that are really starting to step up. But that was one of the biggest things, just kind of challenging the group to have Adams back. You know what I'm saying? So it's much easier to sit back there and throw the ball. When you have a good running game, you got to defend the entire thing. So the last thing we wanted to do was let those guys just kind of bring all kinds of exotic blitzes and not be able to have to worry about that part of the game. So once we started running the ball too, I think it really got us back in the game. I think it settled things down. We created some pace. UTEP typically likes to go fast. Middle 10 is going to want to go really, really fast. And I think offensively, if you can chew up some of that clock, control the pace of the game, let that offense on the other sideline cool down a bit, I think it helps quite a bit.
Coach, TK got his first touchdown of the season. Obviously came in a big way to win the game. How happy were you for him to see him finally get into the end zone?
Really happy for him. I mean, he's receiver can be a frustrating position at times because you want the ball, and some people look at it and go like, "Ah, selfish." It's not really, just competitive, And he's been such a good teammate, and he's been such a an integral part of what we do offensively. So it was great to see him get that opportunity. And what an athletic play, man! Just to get his body right, to get that foot down and bounds. Also to start the drive. I mean, that catch he had over the middle to get the drive started was outstanding. Dijon's run, popping it off, it was just really good to see. But he's obviously a special guy. So the more he touches the ball, better chance we have winning the ball game.
Dijon,
Cool.
no, Dijon, you struggled to get going for most of the season. It's been tough to kind of get you out in space and be explosive and things like that. And you're able to do that against UTEP with over 100 yards. What do you feel like was missing towards the start of the season and towards the middle of the season? And what do you feel like you found against UTEP?
I just feel like we found our footing as an offense. I would say from the play calling to the running backs, our tracks as running backs, our O-line's footwork, our quarterbacking, our receiver alignments, everything. Just the play calling, everything in general. We just had to fix it up and tune it up. It wasn't very good at the beginning of the year, as you said. Not just me, but just in general as an offense. So we just tuned it up. We just kept practicing. We just got better.
Cole, obviously your final college football game. Just how important is it to finish it here at home with the dub?
It's everything. I think, I think we can. Obviously, we're gonna get going on Tuesday and get the energy going, and I'm gonna cherish every moment because this is my dream to come here and play Division I football. So to end on a win would be amazing. I think it'll carry the team for next year. Carry that good energy. But yeah, we're obviously, very excited about this game at home. We win at home, so we look forward to finishing the season off right.
Cole, just kind of going off that, what's been your favorite kind of thing, or the favorite thing about playing over at Memorial Stadium on Saturdays?
Probably just hearing the cowbells ringing when it's when it's third down for the offense, and when we're out there on defense, trying to stop them. I think the crowd's amazing here. I think that's one of the big reasons why I came here. It's because it felt like a family. It felt like the people in this town supported you. When I was in Portland, I got offered from here. There was people from this community reaching out to me on Twitter. No other team, no other program did that. So this place is special, and I feel like the fans come out every week to support us. So,
Coach, one of the best wins in your career, especially against UTEP, can bring a lot of emotion. How do you personally reset overall after a game like that and shift your focus against Middle Tennessee?
I think if you ask these guys, I'm pretty consistent. It's we enjoy the Saturday, but when we come in on Sunday, we talk about what we did wrong, how we can get better. The critical errors we made. The positive things we did, and just the whole thing is consistency. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like this. You got to be consistent with your approach, and I think our guys have taken that, and I think that's why you've seen our guys play so hard and give themselves so many chances at the end of a tough season. It's just because it's a consistency to the approach, right? We were always fighting for competitive excellence. So again, as far as the way we're approaching this game, we're approaching it different than we did, week one. You know what I'm saying? It's alignment assignment technique. It's fanatical efforts, holding people accountable, and doing the little things right.
Cole, earlier in the year, Coach talked about it. You guys had the opportunity to make history for the first time in a while with what we started off the season here at home, undefeated for the first time since 2007, something like that. Just a lot of opportunities to make history for the first time in a long time, and you just talk about how you manage it going one game at a time. Well, defense, you guys have the opportunity to force a turnover, interception in every single game this season. How do you guys kind of go towards that goal, but also kind of not put pressure on yourself, if that makes sense? Because one more game, and you guys will do it in every game this season. I can't imagine it's been done in program history.
I've dug through some old media guys, but I haven't gotten back far.
Okay, but either way, first time in a long time, or first time ever.
We practice the same every week. We have the same mindset as swarm and compete. We just swarm to the ball. It's not really like a thing you just think about, but it's kind of just a natural thing. We're ball players. We like to get the ball back to our offense. we just swarm. Like, that's just what we do, and like, you know, it's not really in the back of our mind. You know, we obviously talk about, you know, if we get 4 takeaways, we'll give the offense a better chance of winning the game. But you know, we just go out there and play, and you know, I feel like you can see that on film. You know, we love the game, and we love to get after the ball, and we like to give it back to our offense. But yeah, it's not really in like back of our mind. We just play hard, we play for each other.
Coach, we kind of talked about it a little bit on Saturday, but how important could the momentum be from getting 2 back-to-back wins to close out your season with signing day less than, what is it, a week and a half away or so at this point? Like, how important could that momentum be for this program going forward?
It's huge. I mean, you know, it's, you know, in the recruiting process, we're going to have a lot of recruits here at the game. That's a big deal. For our seniors, you know, again, you know, leaving here, you know, putting a good taste in their mouth, moving this program forward. For the young guys, you know, kind of having that little bit of angst on, you know, like, oh, we're that darn close. You know, I mean, I believe, you know, if these seniors and these guys can finish this thing off with 5 wins, it'll be the 4th time in 21 years that we've done that around here, you know. And I told them a couple weeks ago, I want nothing more than when they throw dirt on me to still be pissed off about the fact that, you know, we think we fell a little short. You know what I'm saying? That's a burden I love to carry with me for the rest of my life, you know. So again, I think, you know, this would be huge, you know, getting 2 wins in a row, knowing how close you were in so many games, you know, again, going into the offseason with recruiting. You know, the biggest thing is retention. You know, that'll be a big battle this year, keeping our guys. You know, I think if this group of guys can stick together and we do a good job of presenting opportunities for them to stick together, I think this team has a chance to just go from here to boom there, you know. So there's a lot of variables, but winning always helps.
Last question.
Go ahead.
Last question for me, Dijon, just talking about the running backs room as a whole. Obviously, you led the group on Saturday, but Kadarius goes out there and he has such a presence on the field. Isaiah Ruddison, when he goes in, he has big plays. So just what has the camaraderie been like between you 3 and just the relationships and how you guys have been able to keep a positive mindset to now where everything's clicking?
We feel like we always have an opportunity to get the ball, especially on the offense. Like, everything hasn't been going our way this year's an offense, but like, we always have an opportunity to get the ball because we get it handed to us. So it's like we really take that as a big deal because it's not really a lot of opportunities right now on the offense to get the ball, which means that all the faith on the team is really in us. So we come out every day, practice really hard. We hold each other to a high standard because we know that at any given moment, any one of us can have a big game or be the player of the day or the player of the week or the player of the day. Like, we all have the energy and the momentum. Like, I could go for a 100-yard game, or it could be Callaway, or it could be Biggie. It could be any one of us. So we come out every day with that energy and that fire, even if it's at practice, just because we know that, and we always want to get better because we know that we can get better every day, no matter what day it is in the season or where we are at in the season.
Coach, just obviously with Logan, we don't know his status yet, if he's going to be playing. Do you know who will be stepping in if he's not playing, or have you thought about maybe just putting Logan, because it'll be his final game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so have you thought about how you're going to go?
Well, it depends how he is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is he 100% healthy? You know, Adam obviously had he had a good game. He had some mistakes too, but he did a good job too. We just need a healthy guy in there to be able to move around. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put him in a tough situation or us, right? So again, as we go through the week and we work with him, we just got to see his level, of comfort. You know, again, it's kind of a weird injury. With that compression, with that hit he took, and in the lower back. So you just want to make sure that he's fully confident that he can go out there and do his job, and then from there we'll go ahead and do what's best for the team.
If he's 100% healthy, does he start and does he take the field Saturday?
If he's 100% healthy and he feels good, I think you'll see both of them.
Okay, I just don't want to speculate.
Yeah, no, that's a fair question.
Yeah.